Hi Barb, this is, here's your guy. This is your first video update that we promised you that we would get you so that you could actually feel like he's your horse. So anyhow, just getting him warmed up a little bit here, and so he's just a little bit hanging out, relaxed, vegging. I just wanted to show you a couple of things that we are focusing on working right now. I kind of mentioned over the phone that we're working on more of the lateral balance stuff right now. And right here is, this door is just kind of a boogie spot for a lot of horses because people come through there quite often, and it makes a big loud squeak when they do, and so they just kind of get a little leery in that spot wondering. So anyhow, this guy, I did a short little, probably 3-minute lunging, and now I'm just on him, getting him ready here, but he's just a little tight on his right jaw, which I would say is his right pole. And so we're going to, I just kind of do little massaging motions on that right jaw while I work the tension out of his pole. And I'm going to ask him for a trot. So every gear that you go up in, you know, things get a little bit more exaggerated. So as we go up into the jog, he's going to exaggerate that right jaw a little bit. You can see him working on it, on the bit a little, and as I try to take that tension out of that right pole, right jaw, whichever you want to call it. They work together synonymously, so while I maintain his left shoulder with my left rein, I never let his left shoulder get bulged out while I'm working on evening out his inside jaw and pull with his outside jaw and pull. I do little small chisel motions according to what I need so that I don't get myself tight in my seat bones and jam into his back, which would only encourage him to do the very thing I don't want him to do and trying to get out of him, which is tightness in his pull. This is also that tightness, uneven tightness on his right pull is what gives him a little bit more of a loose trot right now, because it's not as rhythmical as it could be. But this is much more rhythmical than when we started out. When we first started out with our, when I first started riding him, not today, but when I first started riding him, he was very leany on that right rein and very tight in that pull, and had a lot looser, less rhythmical jog than he does now. So it's really coming around. He wanted to resist and lift up in his neck and head a lot more than he does now. He's having a little bit of a, I want to go back to the door issue. I'm going to go ahead and turn him here. Put that tight side on the outside. And we're going to do a little bit of left side work. Just kind of warming him up, teaching him forward motion with my legs. I want you to push through with your hindquarters. Respond with your hindquarters to my feet. Respond with your shoulders to my hands. That way when they work together, it's a perfect routing of the clutch between front end and back end. Now, as with all horses, the more focused they get on something, so when you see his ears get really perky forward, the more tension comes in because all their energy is being focused into one spot, which is in their head. So then they get really bracy in the head, which is what he was doing when we got down by that other side of the circle. Now he's a little less bracy, but now he's tightening up again because we're coming down to this side of the circle. So I'm going to keep doing my left, right. Just a little extra right side there because he was trying to brace. Good. Keep your legs moving forward while I do my little massaging tugs. So basically he gets a head massage for the whole hour. In between, whenever he tightens up, I massage the tension out, encourage his shoulders into alignment, engage his back end to keep trotting through while all this other stuff is going on. so that everything just flows forward through, relaxed. Good boy, you found his alignment spot. It's like hitting the sweet spot. Keep your back end drive, trot, trot. It's nice that he slowed down, but you can't slow down and lose connection. If he's going to lose connection when he slows down, I'm going to bump him up to a pace that has enough power in it to help keep the connection between front end and back end. So we don't have a bounce in the front and a bounce in the back end at separate times. We want them bouncing the whole body up and down at the same time. Tap, tap, forward, 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 forward. Good boy. Don't pull away from my right rein. Thank you. He wanted to cut the corner a little bit, so I used my right rein and left rein to encourage him to come over onto the track where I wanted him on the right rein. Stay on this track over here. Good boy. Keeping the back end engaged. Hind left. Get it going. There. Boom, boom, boom. Good boy. Now distraction factor. The heaters kicked in. Ears got perky and thinky. All his energy went to his head, and he got stiff in the pull. That's when I felt pressure in my reins. That wasn't melty pressure. It was a little bit different. Now, a little easier to keep him soft when he's going left, because the tight spot is on his right pole. So when I'm trying to encourage him to release that pull, it has to release a little extra when it's on the inside. So I'm going to end up working that right rein a little harder going right, whereas going left, I work both reins a little less. Right here he wants to lean into it, so I just did some little tug motions. Come on now, follow my track. Left shoulder's going out in Timbuktu. Come over here. Tap forward, get your butt. Thank you. Good boy. Forward, forward. Forward, forward. Get off my right side. I can feel him bracing into my hand and into my right leg. Now he's leaking through the left shoulder, going to the door, and there I got him back underneath me. Good boy. I want to feel my seat bones feel level. I want to feel like I'm sitting on a couch watching the Super Bowl. Comfy as could be, don't feel off balance. That couch surrounds me, and I can chew on my food without worrying I'm going to fall off the couch. Here we go. Good boy. A little more softness on this right. Good boy. Good boy. And then my reins loosen, or they loose end. Come on. Keep going. Keep going. Good boy. Good boy. Change directions again, just to test. Now what I'm going to do is, now that we're warmed up, test the shoulders a little bit, follow my reins, follow my seat. Don't cut my corners. Hip, hip, hip. Tap forward. Keep your back end coming around through the corner. Come in underneath me, going around the corner. A lot of horses like to shut off their back end, and that's how you get a lot of the horses that turn by falling around the corner, and they drop the shoulders. They turn like a board. I want him to round and melt into my corner. So I'm going to encourage him to tap through his back end. Good boy. Now come up. He started leaning into his left shoulders and kick him forward, 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 forward. Thank you. Keep coming. He's still resisting forward. There we go. Good boy. Now we'll try the turn. Good, good, good. The circles are just a test to see where he's at, but if he anticipates it, don't do the circle until you get him to keep that back end. The whole point of me doing these circles right now is to get the focus on two things. Keep your hindquarters trotting through no matter what we're doing. Don't shut them off when I turn, because this is a better challenge. Now we're working up, 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 up. Forward, 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 forward. Thank you. Now we're working a little more lateral suppleness through his body by applying this. But he can't be laterally supple if he turns the corners by bracing into his shoulder and leaving his hindquarters behind. So the first thing you do is push his hindquarters forward so his rib cage stays soft and he doesn't lean into his shoulder. He can't bend through a rib cage that's stiff. Good boy. Good boy. Forward, forward. Good boy. Adjust. forward. I went straight for about 5 strides before I turned on purpose to give him a chance to adjust his body from a right circle alignment into a straight line. Then we'll go into the left. Otherwise we're setting it up for a crappy flop. Left, right, left, and you just flop back and forth. We don't want him flopping from one shoulder to the other. Good boy, he's getting consistency. This makes it less about the head, more about the body and the core. Good boy, forward motion, follow through the back, all the way into the head. Oh, I know you're getting tired. Come on. Come on. He's kind of low energy when he's got his polar fleece clothing on and we got the heaters going. He says it saps my energy. Good boy. Good. Okay, now we're going to get him back onto my track here. He wants to anticipate my circle. He's like, whoop, I changed my mind. Good boy. So stick with me. Don't assume to know what I'm going to say, think, or do. Good boy. Because you'll never be right because I'm a woman. Anyhow. Okay, let's go ahead and... Now he fell off my right rein again. Get up here. Tap forward. Get your shoulders squared up. Come on. A little more. Come on. Get your butt underneath you. Get off my reins. Good. Come on. Even out your shoulders. Come on. Get on my right rein. A little bit more. Come on. Good boy. Now, just for the lope's sake, I'm doing my training in the trap mostly right now. So when it comes to the lope, he's going to be a little more up in his head. Don't look at the head height right now. That's not what I'm working on. What I'm working on right now is forward, through the back, and straight shoulders. He has to have those two things before he can put his head down anyhow. Okay? We're going to ask him forward. Good boy. Same thing here. Just going to ask for forward throughness. Have you stay between my reins. Nice relaxed. He's got nice square shoulders and hips pushing through. They can support him to have a relaxed headset. He's starting to brace into his right rein. I'm tugging him over here. Good. It softened his shoulder. He relaxed a little bit. Good boy. Stay underneath me. Quit cutting my corner. Thank you. Soft. Don't brace. Don't anticipate the circle. Good boy. Keep with me. Don't pull your head to the left. Thank you. There we go. Keep going. Good boy. Good. And walk. Woohoo! He's got a knee break. That's for sure. And I didn't do that. That's a little tough on women, but I think it's tougher on men, so I don't think it's a good deal to have that on there. It's nice if you need an emergency shutdown, but that's not my idea of a fun stop when it's normal. Okay, let's go ahead and, come on boy, let's do a little bit more. Forward, 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 come on, let's go, go, good boy. He still has to build up a little more strength. There we go. We won't die. We won't push it too hard today. I'll just ask him to keep going forward. He's waiting for a little break. It's like, oh, I need to catch my breath. So, okay, let's just go through one more lope to this direction. So he's still doing a little crossfiring on the lunge line. Because on the lunge line, he does whatever alignment he wants to do, so it kind of throws him off, whereas this way I can help his alignment when I'm on his back and help him push through. So what I've been doing is continuing to work on the acupressure energetics, and it's helped tremendously. He couldn't go that many circles before without cross-firing, which wasn't a big deal because I know what I'm doing to fix on it, and it's simple, but it's very, it's got a big effect as far as what's up with him. Isn't anything major, but it has a very visual effect. So as I keep working on his physical therapy, which is his training, and then Also with his acupressure, muscle release techniques that I'm working on with him.